I also I just wanted to put together this quick video of something I've been putting together for my own diet. Basically, I've been doing my weight loss now for a week as part of our health and well-being challenge in work, and I'd found I wasn't getting enough vegetables this week, basically. So I basically decided I was going to put some potatoes, carrots, swede, and then beef into the slow cooker overnight, and then that would give me probably a couple of days of vegetables, good nutritious vegetables. These are all bought from our local farmers market, rather than going into Asda or Tesco's or other supermarkets are available. Something I'd found over my first week of eating properly and also researching where to go with my own plan was stuff around how a lot of our eating habits and our way we live is very domesticated now. We've domesticated ourselves pretty much like most of the animals around us. And it's a hard fact to sort of understand that we're maybe not as fit and not as resilient or not as adaptable as we used to be. And we're much more prone to these chronic diseases now, mainly down to the way we live and the way we eat and lack of exercise. I'm a big believer in what makes a person wanting to do better for themselves. So I struggle with the idea of why a lot of people make excuses for doing the good choices for not to do them, and when it comes to a bad choice, they quite easily go and eat a McDonald's, but they won't cook a home meal. So it's a bit confusing to me as why we pick the bad over the good just for convenience. So my first week, as I said, was a lot of research. So where am I going with this now? So I want to eat more wild, if that makes sense. So much more stuff that's grown or was living or was once living. Not going to go out and eat live chickens yet anyway. So stuff like potatoes and carrots and the swede, they're all grown in the ground. So it's picking those nutrients out of the ground. So the supermarkets, even vegetables these days, are very much processed for a supermarket. They need to be quick on the shelves and into customers' baskets quickly, whereas the local farmers' shops and markets, they're a lot more high in the good nutrients. So it's not, I'm not going to go out foraging and picking these foods myself. I'm just going to be a bit more smarter when I purchase them from. So as I said, staying away from the mass-produced produce of supermarkets, which are lacking in vast amounts of healthy nutrients. So I recommend going to find local farmers markets and buy local, fresh from the farm and from the ground. And you'll find it's not only better for yourself, but it's also better for your wallet. So potatoes I'm putting in there, as they are a great support food for weight loss and also for optimum weight support. So potatoes are a really good vegetable. It's low in saturated fats and it's good for vitamin C. It's mainly 93% carbs, 1% fat and 6% protein. Carrots also going in there. They're good for your vitamins, your E's, your C's, your A's, your K's, your B's. Also a very good source for dietary support. Again, mainly a carb heavy food. Not too many good proteins in there. And the swede is a vegetable that I put in there mainly for the potassium. It carries a lot of potassium in swede. And then I put some beef in there as well. Obviously beef is an amazing source for protein. So 66% protein in beef compared to the 34% with fat. So if you trim most of the fat off, it becomes quite a lean protein intake. So I'm basically just going to dice all this up and put it in the slow cooker pot, as you can see. and I'll mix that in with the potatoes, swede and carrots. Give it a good mix with my hand, get it all mixed together so you get a different flavour of each thing. And then again, dice the beef as well, so it didn't really take too long to prepare. Everything's just diced up and chucked in the slow pot. And then that goes, I just bang that into my slow cooker then overnight. I'll put it on a low heat overnight. And then in the morning at home, does the house smell nice, but also I've got some good source of vegetables there that will keep in the slow cooker as well for a good couple of days, if not 3 or 4 days at max. So probably eat that with a bit of wholemeal bread or some wholemeal rolls maybe. I also put in some beef OXO cubes and a vegetable OXO cube, just one of each, just to give it a bit more flavour in there as well. And then that turns the water into a bit of a like a stock as well. So it's always important to clean up after yourself. Saves on the jobs later. You can get back to sitting down or doing some more crunches or push-ups or something. So as part of my routine as well, I just wanted to share this with you as what I'm doing to promote more vegetable intake. But also my drinking habits have changed. So I spent the last week as well just drinking nothing but water. Trying to drink bottled water rather than tap water, because again, tap water has a lot of minerals and removed and chemicals added. So try and stay away from the sugary drinks. You'll find they don't have any value to you whatsoever. And as we know, sugar can become more addictive than methadone. So it will only make you want to crave more and more treats. And although treats are nice and tasty, sometimes they'll give you quick, insane highs, but they'll also lead to these very hard-hitting lows and downs. So another big thing to end on was also getting outside. Air. You breathe the air, and that is a good part of nutrition as well. So make sure you get outside and have a good few deep breaths of natural air and get some natural sunlight. And expose your son to that beautiful sun that we're starting to get now. So I hope this is helpful, and hope it's a good part to my week 1 diary. As you can see, my week 1's mainly been about sorting out my diet and working out what I'm missing and what I can use to top that up with. So any questions, pop me a message or give us a shout when you see me. Cheers.